I was on a holiday, Joep was on a holiday, and we had 3 weeks of gorgeous weather. And of course, now that we're walking again, it's raining. Doesn't stop us. This is a Tour de Meuse XL to Antwerp. We'll even have a passenger because she'll also have to go to Antwerp, so we've got that as well. She won't be joining our walks, but we will take her there. What's also a bit special is I bought this €29.95 analog camera. It's half frame, so it takes twice as many photos, 72 on a roll. Oh, there it went. I hope it didn't open. And I figured I won't take my fancy Fuji, I'm taking the cheap little Agfa to get that film filled. So we've got analog photos from me on this trip, and I think Joep is just going to take his Fuji. Bit of a different one, off to Antwerp. See you there. Fun fact, this is actually my old elementary school, and even more fun fact, and actually really fun when you grow up here, this is where we lived. So I'm actually going to park out front of my old house, which is there. Joep was doing the socials.
No, I was reading.
Don't tell them that. They don't. They think you know everything. And we've got Nikki in the back, and she's being very good in the back. So we're all set for this rainy trip to Antwerp. Anything you'd like to add, Joep?
Yeah, yesterday it was 25 degrees. I had a very nice Balkan lunch in the sun. The day before it was like approximately 20 degrees, but with a lot of sun. I had a nice party in Eindhoven. Why I'm telling you all this is not to tell you about my party
awesome
weekend,
life.
but about this fucking shite weather.
Yeah, Joep doesn't know what I already
on a Monday.
Joep doesn't know what I already said in the intro, but as you can see, we are agreeing. Grey roads, grey weather, onwards and upwards.
We proudly serve coffee for you.
Coffee. Well, enjoy whatever that is for short people.
It's Randy Newman coffee.
Are you going to be healthy?
Yeah.
When in Rome, cheerio.
Junkers.
We're leaving Nikki behind. We parked our car in the lovely, lovely Antwerp weather.
Man, what is this?
Rain again.
Welcome in June.
Joep,
Why?
it's summer, mate. It's summer of 2024.
June officially left us. Oh.
Son! What the heck is going on?
Oh.
Are we at the start of our walk almost, or are we actually?
This is the official start of the walk. So we are actually officially begun.
Why are we entering this?
We are entering. I don't know. Official welcome in Antwerp. We are not detouring, but we are XLing. Stijn, XL, we already had some questions on Facebook. What the peep we are doing at the Schelde River. As the legend goes, a former Roman emperor from Brabant, it's a legend, so don't blame me and my stories, but it's called Silvius Brabo. He was a Roman emperor who once fought a giant that was living here in this region and was occupying this whole area, so nobody could live here because the giant would eat and kill you. But one brave Roman emperor from Brabant, he was brave enough to fight this giant, and within this battle he chopped off his hand and threw the hand into the Schelde River. The giant was defeated, and that's how Antwerp got its name, because in Dutch it's hand, like hand, werpen, throwing. So throwing the hand, handwerpen, Antwerpen, enfin. In French it's called Anvers. So if you see that name in any signing or name here in Antwerp. That's the French word because Belgium, French and Dutch. The rain is officially ending-ish, so let's hope that this is the last that we're going to see from that part of the water. A lot of English people just walked by. They're entering the Dutch Grace. Stijn boy, look what just arrived. In the beautiful town of Maastricht. Tour de Meuse, after all. Back to you.
I was in Antwerp about 2 months ago. I forgot my coat. I was there with Nikki, who you just saw in the back of the car, who is now doing her own thing in the city. And I went to a second-hand shop and bought this coat. So I got the Antwerp coat in Antwerp. It's very, very comfy.
Second-hand.
Werpen. That, what you just saw, is actually the old market hall, and they're rebuilding it so it can be used for whatever again. What are they going to use it for, Joep? You have any idea?
Sorry?
What are they going to use it for once it's done?
I really don't have a clue. There are a lot of signs here, but it's just from the project manager.
Yeah, it doesn't really say. Oh, that's actually
I think that they're going to do it for recreation because you see a lot of green, a lot of benches. There is some seating area.
It's going to be a walking terrace, whatever that may be.
Oh, that's that you can have drinks on the side of the river in a very cozy setting, just like on the Seine in Paris. And I also heard that they're gonna try to do something in Maastricht, but knowing Maastricht, it will take for like 20 years and then they forget about it.
I will have 1 million subscribers by then.
Oh, then maybe we can do a crowdfunding.
Exactly. Though not particularly picturesque, this is the second biggest freight harbour in Europe. The biggest one's actually in Rotterdam, where we were at our last Tour de Meuse XL, so that matches nicely. And the next XL we do will also have a harbour, but that's a very different looking one. You'll see that when we get there.
According to my map, we have to visit this church. But unfortunately, the same theme as every week, it's closed. That's Van Stijn, he's taking a wee bit further down the road. Come on.
I can see through the semi-transparent roof of this Dixie that the sun is out, and now being out here and back in the real world, I think we can confirm sunshine appears to be happening.
Great success.
Well, you don't need to speak a lot of Dutch to read St. Paul's is open, so apparently it is. Different door.
Different door, but same church. We are here, so I think we have to go all the way back. It's a bit of a hidden entrance, but Lord, it's beautiful.
The gardens.
Oh, all the quietness.
That contrast was massive.
Center of the city.
Starting at 4.
At 2.
So it opens at 2. Not yet. What time is it?
It's 12:30.
Okay, well, we'll get back here, or we don't. Ticket prices, 5, 3 or 0 euros. I'm opting for 0.
I'll choose for 0.
This part of the church needs a little love, but it does have a gorgeous Lourdes chapel. Maria's looking very bright today.
Beloved viewers, we just had a very tiny small tour by the kindergarten teacher that's still standing there, and the kindergarten itself now moved on. But they heard a little story about this magnificent building. It's called the Mead House. I don't think that's a proper translation. The beginning of the 1200s, the biggest guild in Antwerp was butchers. And this was actually the place where they sold the meat. This was the auction house for the meat guild. In the French Revolution, it's not been tear down, but the guild was cancelled, and it's beginning 1800 something. They use this for theater and recreation, cultural recreation options. Nowadays it's a museum. You can see both eras, I heard. So there's a big piano in the theater room with 96 chairs still left, but also a lot of artifacts from the old days. This building, as you see it now, dates back to 1500 because they started very small in 1200 and then extended because the golden age of Antwerp started at 1501. Small detour back to the harbor, and then we're going to see how Antwerp Center is treating us today.
Behold Het Steen, it's quite magnificent. It's a medieval fortress here on the side of the River Schelde, and it's also Antwerp's oldest building site. And it's raining, but that's nothing new.
It's not raining, it's pouring.
Excuse me?
Hello, we vragen het de man op straat. It's pouring. It's raining cats and dogs. Man, we had sun just 1 second ago.
What is sun again? I don't know this weird foreign concept. They definitely don't have it in Belgium. What are we doing, Joep?
What?
I think it's raining.
What?
What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Okay. So this walk is going well. Shall we get lunch maybe?
Yeah. Safe, dry and warm, and the coffee is coming. I actually told Stijn, I said, I know this place, but it's definitely not here. But it resembles a place in the city center of Antwerp. Seems that they have two. One at the harbor and one in the city center. It's really small, but it's packed with all these statues of holy people, as you can see here, but this is very spacious. So if you've ever been in Antwerp, go here, but better go to the city center. The 11th, hoe zeg je dat? Het 11e gebod. 11th commandment, het 11e gebod, even if you're not a believer. And if you love Chuck Berry, this is the place to be.
Joep is a milky boy. I refuse to call you a sweet boy. Sugar.
Oh. And spicy boy.
I was not gonna go there. This should give us some energy for the rest of the day, especially my decaf. Okay, we dare go outside again. Welcome to the city center of Antwerp now, actually. We should get a little bit more rain according to the maps, and then we should be good. So, Joep was already taking photos of the gorgeous clock tower in front of us. Have a look. The hand is being thrown, like Joep said, and the hand is being yeeted that way, and that is exactly where the river is. So that statue makes sense. Joep was somewhere there when I started filming, but I lost him now. Oh, there he is. Look, little boy. Antwerp's a bit of a building site today. Last time I was here it wasn't. What are you pointing out, Joep? Oh, there's the other one. Ah, look at that. So we just were at the 11th commandment as well, and this is the other 11th commandment.
This is the official.
Antwerp is protecting us. There's a record store here, but it's Monday, so it's closed. So we won't be spending more money than is good for us. What about this one, Joep?
If you ever visit Antwerp and have the opportunity to sleep over or just have a chauffeur to drive you home, go to the Meuse. It's the jazz bar. I don't think it's the oldest one or so, but it's a very famous one. Very nice live music, not only jazz by the way. 2 stories with magnificent beers from draft, packed with nice people in the evenings. I don't think we'll go there tonight because Stijn has other plans for us, but the Meuse. It says Jazz Cafe on the thing, so you can't miss it. It's close to the church and the 11th commandment. Everything in one square.
Tour de Meuse again is cursed. I was here a month ago, no building sites. Now the entire city is building site. Guys, we're just showing you the worst, so your trip will just be better. It's gonna be fine. You'll be fine. Oh, Joep is going there.
He'd be waving.
Antwerp.
Left wing city.
Left wing city.
At least in this street.
Left wing building site. But the building site part's only because we're here.
This is a lovely thrift shop for the thrift shoppers.
It's closed because it's Monday.
What a cat.
Was there a cat?
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Hello. I swear, people, what's happening? What the fuck is happening? They're just. I hope no one was on that because that was an uncomfortable ride.
A very small detour from the very loudy building spot on that side. But look at this beauty. It dates back to the late 1500s. And if you look closely, there's a small fountain here and a statue with St. Nicholas. This is St. Nicholas Square and St. Nicholas building. It's a house of prayer for protection for the small masonry. So, for example, shoe masonry, masons come here to pray and say thanks for St. Nicholas, keeping them safe and rich, hopefully. We actually we are entering the site where all the artists are. So it's a very lovely spot if you are in Antwerp. Very small boutiques, some thrift shops. We saw one with a cat. Good coffee, very much food. A bit multicultural, but still popular. I think that's also the reason that they are putting new pavement on the sidewalks for all the tourists. Especially after this video, it's going to be crowded. Don't go there on Monday, everything's closed, but all the beauty is always open and for free. This is the Antwerp Stock Exchange. There are no stock here at the moment. It's now for cultural purposes. Actually, we found out that a lot of old buildings nowadays are in use for cultural purpose. Sitting on a terrace and drinking beer is also a cultural thing in Antwerp. So if it says cultural space, expect a seating area outside with a lady or boy that brings you a pint of, I think, Koning. That's the beer from Antwerp. Am I correct?
You may be correct. I think you are correct.
But if you're ever in this region, and you probably are if you're visiting this side of the city, this is a bit hidden. It's a bit of an alleyway, but the facade is really marvelous. It looks like a church, but its interior, oh, especially for photographers, the perspective is on fleek here.
Can you see it? Can you feel it, Joep?
I feel it in my fingers.
He's talking about the sun, in case you hadn't noticed. It's already gone though. Well, sort of. I just lost my cap and it fell in a puddle. So let's go inside. So this is what you normally see in the back of this church, but as you can tell, there is currently building works going on. Let's see what we can learn about this. And currently it looks like this, but you can see in the back just there. There, what it's supposed to be, but not today. So that's what we're missing today.
the chapel and grave of famous painter and drawer Peter Paul Rubens. He's buried here. He's from the southern part of the lowlands, the Nederlanden, but that was all one region. The whole region, the Lage Landen it's called, the lowlands, is actually from the sea, from De Panne, all the way up to Texel. Actually everywhere where they speak Dutch. As it seems, the whole church was filled with all these beautiful frescoes, a lot of chapel paintings, but also the background of the holy statues that are standing here. But eventually they ended up painting the whole thing white. And what you just saw on the building site, they put off all the plaster and they're now rediscovering all the frescoes and also redoing it. So within some time, this church must be even more beautiful.
It's a 10-year project though.
And it just started since, I don't know.
So we'll be back in 2034?
Yeah, when we have 10,000 followers.
I hope a little more by then. Thank you.
But remember who came here first.
Pay €1 for church maintenance. Look what we get.
Police.
The sun, I mean.
Oh.
Police too, yeah, but I didn't pay for those. We keep entering doors, Joep.
This is the university region. And look at this, if you want the university or a big Harry Potter fan or whatever, you have to study here. Imagine.
Having been in Oxford, you are much closer than you think you are, Joep. You haven't been there, right?
No.
Okay. Well, you'd be surprised. Remember that you said that once you should get there.
The name of this square is called Hof van Lieren. I don't know if a guy from Maastricht invented that name, because Lieren is actually learning in local dialect. And since it's a university, I guess not.
I guess it was just a name, but it does ring true for all you Maastricht people out there. It's a gorgeous little square. Imagine having a break here. I wouldn't mind my uni break in a place like this.
Speaking of which,
oh yeah,
I saw a very nice sandwich shop. It's called Eggs and Bacon. That's exactly what I need.
Exactly. I think we've got lunch, Joep.
I think we got lunch, dinner and breakfast.
Here we go.
Bon appetit.
We keep entering spaces.
If you ever visit Tongeren, did we visit Tongeren with a camera stand?
Not with a camera yet, no.
You have to do that. There's also the Begijnenhof, that's how this is called. Begijn is actually a woman that lives in the monastery, but then without having to do the holy oath. So they're not nuns, but they live in this special environment.
Like a safe space.
Where also the nuns live, and they do a lot for the community. And these small, very picturesque houses is where they used to live.
To everyone who's trying to follow this walk with the GPX files we put in the description below, do know that what we're doing here is a combination of the 3 files, and we're not quite sure what we're doing either, so you may find things that we didn't find, and we may see things that you'll never run into, but it's definitely worth a walk. This is the garden of the monastery. At least I assume it's a monastery. I'm not even sure. Is this a monastery?
No, it's a Begijnenhof. I told you, Stijn.
Just the living areas then, no monastery. Very chill, very green.
The walk that keeps on giving. It prevents you from walking though, so we have to make some extra steps.
Go, go, go. Whoa, we went from picturesque to massive all of a sudden. And windy, but the wind is in our back, so walking is very easy and very fast. Man, hold on to your heads, folks. Hang on to your heads.
There's a very nice hotel in the middle of the center of Antwerp. This is actually the Meuse, the big shopping street. All the big beautiful buildings that you will ever need, and also one of the biggest metro stations. We actually went here because Elton John has had his final concert in the Sportpaleis in Antwerp. Don't get fooled, the metro, as it does, goes both ways, the wrong direction and the right. And of course we choose the wrong. B&B hotel. It's actually in a lot of cities. Stijn and I are planning a very secret trip that will be in.
Speaking of must-see buildings in Antwerp, well, that there is the central station. And we won't take a train, but we will be there. I didn't think we'd still be getting random coffees to keep ourselves warm in June. What is this?
This is horrible.
It's a nice city though.
Talking about famous people in a Tour de Meuse video. Hey, the Maastrichter guys are live and kicking. What the fuck are you doing here?
Ja, een concertje bezoeken.
Ah, he's drinking beer.
Finally,
Two out of three brothers united. On this.
finally I made it in one of the videos. By accident.
We're waiting for the light to go green and then we're leaving Gijs behind. He's gonna go punk, we're gonna go trains, I think.
Good luck with the walk.
Oh yeah, I mean if you don't hear from us we blew away.
That's possible. That's possible. Hey, later.
Bye. Well that was
What
unexpected.
audience!
Not just the fact that he's also here, but the fact that we ran into him. He literally just got here because we're now walking to the station, he's coming from the station. So we have a different plan, but yeah, we're all gonna have a good time today. It's the stormy station of Antwerp. And it's a really interesting one to take a stroll through, as you will see in a minute. Our Tour de Meuse XL last time to Rotterdam had a bit of a train spotting vibe. I don't know anything about these trains, but here we are, Antwerp Central Station in all of its glory. This station's something else, isn't it?
Just imagine if you enter by train, you come from that side,
You walk in,
you walk in this marvelous piece of architectural highlights.
Antwerp,
but it's
architectural awesomeness. What up?
awesome. But if you walk out, you're in the middle of the center. You're in the heart of the city. It's marvelous.
It's all the station needs to be. Where are we going, Joep?
Let me check.
I do like these arches.
Don't have any clue. Oh, we're going to the diamond area.
The diamond area, so that's the Jewish quarters, isn't it?
I guess so, but that's why Antwerp's so famous for, because 80% of all rough diamonds in the world is traded in Antwerp, and 50% of all the finished products made of diamond comes from here. Diamond capital of the world.
I think it's safe to say, you, we've made it to the diamond neighborhood. Everything here, but I mean everything. And here, between the mostly practical buildings, the business center here, there's a little synagogue in the middle of this street. You'd just walk past it, wouldn't you? Doesn't really stand out.
There's a sign next to the entrance of the synagogue. It said that in 1981 somebody parked a car here with a bomb, and when it exploded it killed 3 people and more than 100 were injured. So next to this beautiful building in this very shiny neighborhood. A bit of a sad story.
The first time I was in Antwerp some years ago, I found that the part behind the station always feels a bit grimy, a bit unsanitary in a way. So I always just walked back from there. I was like, I'm just gonna go back into the pretty city. But then, this is where the route is taking us, so let's see what we find. This is, however, where the city park is, with its elderly and its pigeons and its water. But the city park too is being reconstructed, as you can see there in the background, so not at its best today. Still, again, that's where the route takes us. Now, I wouldn't say this is necessarily the prettiest building in the city. It is, however, very culturally important, because that is the city theatre. Not sure why it says palace there, but that's what it does. And when you're here in the summer, not so much now, even though it's June, there's loads of people just skating and playing ball here. Currently they're all inside playing on their PlayStations, because only idiots like us are outside with the horrible weather. Joep, what did you do? Do you remember how we cancelled this trip last month because the weather would be too shit? How did that work out for you?
Very fortunate.
I would say so. It's lovely out today. Just
So happy that we replanned.
to have a sunny and nice day out in Antwerp.
My goodness.
Do something!
About the rain.
But it says, do something. Remember that grave we couldn't visit in the church because there was building works going on? This is where the guy lived, Mr. Rubens. We haven't seen his grave, but we have seen his house. And unsurprisingly, there's building works here as well. But he doesn't care because he's dead.
Sleeping with fishes.
It's a very wet church. We'd love to show you the Royal Palace, as it's right there. But unsurprisingly,
Rebuilding is happening again.
we swear we do recommend this city, but you may want to wait until this stuff is over, because things are potentially only going to get better. Joep was just suggesting I film the front of the Royal Palace, but then he realized there was some scaffolding going on. Now, we can now see the scaffolding from this side, and it wouldn't be Belgium if they didn't use the Royal Palace to advertise their alcoholics beer. So as it turns out, this is the city palace. There's obviously other palaces as well, but this is now a completely commercial affair with restaurants and stuff like that, museums. Not really a place we'd go normally, and also, to be completely honest, not that pretty. I may prefer the Ttartisan on the other side.
Oh, this weather makes me crave for a warm pub with a nice cold Stella Artois.
Not yet, you gotta work for it first. Work it, work those legs. Come on, it's leg day. Go, 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 go. I have zero sense of direction, so I didn't realize this is where we just were. This is the other side of the stock trade market building. And in front of us is this awesome looking, a very Soviet-esque building, but it has some awesome details at the bottom, so let's go there. It's a tall boy. Oh boy, it's a tall boy. I've been in more comfortable positions to take photos.
It's a toy boy.
Oh, is it? No one ever told me that.
Guess twice what's going to happen.
Oh. Well. Building works.
Redoing the whole city from the inside and the outside. Ready then?
This is the St. Andrieskerk, or the St. Andrews Church, I guess, if it were to be English. And this one too is being redone. It's honestly impressive, because again, I was here a couple of weeks ago, none of this, and now everything is being rebuilt. So apparently June 2024 is the month in which all of Antwerp is being redone. Also, you can do some home training here. I don't know why this is here, but that's one of those bikes, stationary bikes. It's an interesting church because the stained glass windows are very light. There's not that much stained glass. So that makes this interior rather bright. Also, that's where Joep stays. Yeah. And shoes. And roller skates.
There's some art project going on.
It shows shoes, and then behind the shoes it says, "What is truth?" In Comic Sans. This is the Antwerp blow street, and blow as in wind, not the other kind of blow, which sort of suits today's theme of the weather. The best thing to do when the weather's shit.
This is a jam.
Is record shopping.
Welcome.
That's the most 7 inches I've seen in a record store. So I just asked where the world music was, and he said upstairs. And only then did I realize there is in fact an upstairs. Joep's already found it. This is pretty awesome, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
Where I need to be.
You know you're in a good record store when you ask for the ska and they're like, do you mean the British ska or the Jamaican classic ska? Well, we just massively overspent. As these things go. Record stores, man. It's dangerous. It's dangerous as heck. Hey, it stopped raining. That's why we went in there, obviously. Now that's the shop front. That's both classic and psychedelic. And this is a design store, what is it? Vintage store?
It's all vintage, whatever. You can find books. You can find Second World War artifacts. We bought a glass vintage 70s lamp here once. Here's your,
I know.
your rope.
Yeah, I can't hold it though. Oh well.
But they had a very big store here in the Kloosterstraat, it's called. So it's not on the walk, that's in the GPX file. We don't know why, but you have to add it. The best record store of Antwerp. And
Chelsea
also
vinyl.
all the thrift shops, at least all the antique and art shops.
Just not on Mondays.
This is recommended. You can find whatever.
Where are we going, you?
We're going to that square because it's nice and it's also not on the route, and then we just go back and follow the route again.
Speaking of adorable little places to have a drink, Nikki and I had a drink here. It's cute inside and it's cute outside.
And me and my lovely René had a drink on that side of the street.
Oh, actually, me and my lovely lack of sense of direction, Nikki and I had a drink there.
Where you took the picture last
Yeah,
time.
I know, I suck at that stuff. And that looks awesome on the inside as well.
After a very long but important meeting, we decided that we go in.
You mean that
and
meeting
have a
that just
drink.
took us 8 seconds to decide we're going to have a drink here?
Yes, bye.
So we're back at this place. Let's take you inside.
It always looks like it's closed though. But it's
not. As I just said, the interior here is something quite extraordinary. And we've got the most tiny, romantic little table for our beers.
It fits 2 beers.
It fits 2 beers. And it fits 2 walkers.
Comfortable. And I need to go to the toilet.
Not very comfortable. So we are in Dancing Chocolat. But the beer is great, the atmosphere is awesome, and the people are friendly.
Cheers to Antwerp.
This is a good place to have a...
Autumn, June afternoon on a Monday.
Exactly.
Open sesame. You're trying to let the autumn in. I said no, because then I can see Stan in broad daylight.
Oh shit. How ready are you?
Oh, finally I'm a bit warm and cozy, so actually I'm not ready at all. but we have to.
I mean, weather looks lovely outside, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's stormy like hell.
Yep.
Yes?
We're outside again. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Anyway, that way I guess?
No.
That way.
Yes.
That's where we came from though.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Something's following us, Joep.
It's my shadow. That means there's sun. But since it's today, it means that it's only a hoax. Because look at that sky.
Yeah, well, it was fun while it lasted. We found another way. We found another way to get out of the weather. We're walking into this random building. And what's happening in this random building?
Oh,
well, wooden escalators. Stand on the right. Anyone who's ever been to London will recognize this as the Thames Tunnel. It's not, it's the Schelde Tunnel, also under a river. There's a bit of a link between this and London though. Back in the 90s, London had a lot of wooden escalators still. These days they're all metal. And the reason they're metal now is that all of the grime and all of the grease from people and, you know, machinery and whoever uses escalators got into the wood of the escalators because they weren't cleaned particularly well. And then a fire started and an entire tube station burned down, which was, well, lethal for quite a lot of people. So they decided, okay, we need to clean this shit up, get rid of the wooden escalators, and actually make it safer. Thing is though, wooden escalators are not so bad if you keep them clean. If you have them full of grease and then the wood, they'll burn like mad. So it's good to see some wooden escalators, but it's also good to see that they were perfectly clean. Now Joep doesn't really want to walk to the other side of this tunnel, but I'm curious and I like getting my steps in. So we'll go there, see what's on the other side, head back and get pizza. Pizza, Joep.
They're not wood at the other side.
Oh. Here be thou halfway. Thou be halfway.
Still have to go. Oh, man.
Come on, old man. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. It may come from a bike,
There's
but who
light in
cares?
the tunnel.
There's light in the tunnel. Looks like you were wrong, Joep.
Man.
Definitely is wood.
But it's right.
What?
Oh, it's on the right.
It's on the right, but there's an elevator.
That's wood.
So for variety's sake, heck yes, press the button.
Whoa.
That's the tiniest. That's a lot of lift. 6,000 kilos or 80 people.
You can see.
Oh, meters.
That's why I was filming and be silent.
Figured.
If it's not going, I can manually rescue you, Stan.
That's awesome. Here we go, 24. So this is the slowest thing ever, and we can manually crank it.
Manually faster.
There's one problem. Oh, you can actually open this. No, you can't. No. No. This is the slowest lift ever. We've just inclined all of 7 meters. In London, this would take you to Greenwich. In Antwerp, it takes you to Greyish.
Did we go all this way for this?
Okay,
Shitty view.
let's take the escalator again because it was actually faster. Disappointing. Very disappointing.
Man, I hate
Oh,
you.
look at that. The view's good though.
Is er nog zo'n industrie naar? I feel a Belgian party if I see one.
It's June and you would expect this to be full of people enjoying their beers. Also, it smells amazing here, a combination of flowers and blossoms and trees and food. This place is glorious in summer, I can tell you that. Unfortunately, it's June, so it's not summer.
Antwerp.
Antwerp. That's just horrible. I just said to Joep, literally less than 2 minutes ago, it consistently stopped raining. Looks like I was, well, until that point right. One last church, and then it's off to Cabron. tram. Oh, there it goes. Now it looks like I'm going very fast. I'm not, that's the tram moving. Bye tram.
Hi there.
You know, the people here, they do know their weather. That gift shop is selling gifts and umbrellas. But then look at the backdrop.
This is the Onze Lieve Vrouwen Church.
Ah, we have one of those in Maastricht as well. Yeah.
Every great rainy city has one. This is the Antwerp version. The pizzeria that we're gonna visit is actually on the opposite side. So that's the main reason that we're here, because it's after 6, everything is closed, and the weather is
lovely.
F-U-C-K.
Just lovely.
So just follow me for the shortest detour of this whole series. If you ever visit Paris in the rain and you are hungry and in the near Quartier Latin, it looks like this.
Looks exactly like this? Including the weather?
It resembles, yeah, I'm always there when it's sunny. Actually, the second week of June. What's today's date? Okay, never mind, bye bye.
That's a cute as a hex square.
You know when we saw that fountain of a Brabant Roman emperor throwing his hand? That's actually over there.
Oh, we're still there. Oh, that's our main square there. Okay. Well, I'm sure this looks very different on a sunny day, like in June or so. In case no one has figured it out yet, it's the 10th of June today. It's the second week of June. It should be.
Use a tent on a day like this.
We could use a tent in June, in a June day like this. That's an awful lot of cathedral. Obviously, it's closed by now because it's almost 7, which means cabron, cabron, cabron. What?
Cabron is Spanish, right?
I am sure.
Or Italian?
That's Spanish.
No, it's Italian.
Oh, what do I know?
We also have a Spanish fact, and since it stopped raining, I think it's time to tell you. You know how people in Antwerp are originally called back in the days? Señors.
Señors.
Señors. And you know why?
I have no clue.
Back in history, Spanish Revolution, shit went down here as well. And Señor is actually the title that you say if you're a cis man, or boy, or guy.
Or not cis.
But Señor is a term that they took from that age and still call themselves, but it's very specific. It's even more specific as a Maastricht Zhang, because you can always become a Zhang. I read that on Wikipedia, so it is true. People from Maastricht watching, look up on Wikipedia. But Señor actually means if you are born and living in the old city center of Antwerp, dating back to the time of the Spanish Revolution, then you're called a Señor. If you're living outside of the city walls, like in Maastricht, if you're living on the wrong side of the city, outside of the city walls, you're not even an original Zhang, you're a farmer. But that's the Señor title. It's still used, but I never heard it. I just read it on Wikipedia when looking into going to Antwerp.
The most reliable source for historic facts.
I love the fact.
But wait a second. You're talking about people who were born and live here during the Spanish Revolution?
No, still live here, but in the district that's original, the old city center in that period.
Oh, got it. So you can actually still become a Señor.
Yeah, but then you have to be born here from a family that is living here. So I think
we are not. No.
Get born. Stijn, we definitely need our Tour de Meuse stickers.
Oh, more stickers is more better.
Welcome.
Cheerio. It's the Alatois. As if the rain wasn't bad enough, power just went off here, so we're now waiting for the lights to turn back on. Nikki, how's your cocktail? Almost gone. You're very dark today.
My dark passenger also entered. Maybe he's turning off all the switches.
The music also stopped. That's actually the biggest problem.
No, Yeah, it was nice music.
It was alright music, yeah.
That was the upside of this place.
The fun thing was that it stopped with a bang, so I think something's properly broken. A repairman just entered the building before this happened, and I think he's probably the one who caused this. Are we sure about this? Sunshine is happening!
You mean me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey! Music! Music! Joep has just figured out pizzas look good.
Maar welke is welke?
Dit is de kampioen. He's sorry now about his spaghetti choice. Look at that stuff, smoking hot.
Here, take it.
Ho. Mickey just said, why is it still quiet? I can hear myself chew. Joep just tried the jalapeno.
I can hear myself chew. Choo choo.
But he decided the jalapenos were quite spicy, and his conclusion is probably that he's going to need another drink. Joep is a sunny boy.
I'm navigating.
He's a navigating sunny boy. Can I just point out that now our day is pretty much over?
The good weather hits
What
fan.
the fuck? Where do we go?
Home.
Our friends of the Wolf had their artwork done here. And the tattoo shop that did the artwork is proudly presenting the record cover
If you still want a
in its
copy,
window.
I found one in Vlissingen. Didn't buy it, of course, because I have one.
So if you want a copy of Rosita Rapida, which is a world record for the quickest recording and pressing of a record.
Eat hard out, Jack White.
Yep. What was the time again?
12 minutes and 80 seconds.
Oh, okay, there you go. 80 seconds. The pink is strong with this one. So this is actually still part of our walk. Despite having already done dinner and walking back to our car, this is still, hey,
This is so bad that it's called Better Than Hungry.
better than hungry. Well, at least they spelled Ben properly.
Japanese food is, for all of the above reasons, better than hungry.
The trash is probably also better than hungry. It's actually quite busy there, so
Yeah.
they're probably doing well.
Press is resting.
Rest. It's not just us saying that it's autumny weather. If you look at that sign there, 12 bloody degrees. That's centigrade, not Fahrenheit, but still.
Usually in June it's 12 degrees every 15 minutes.
What?
It's like 48 degrees.
How does your brain... Joep! What did you
Yeah.
find? Well, there you go. All the way from Rotterdam to Antwerp.
win.
I would love one. Joep!
Yes,
Can I just say...
after all those weeks, we are lucky, man.
Woo! Actually, it took us much longer than I expected. Nicky's got sour candy.
I actually had one in Sealand.
Cheat! Look at
That's
you
not the-
shining in the sun.
Whoa, this is where we made that rain video.
That's why we made the rain video, and look at it now. Look at it now. Live boy!
Letterlijk wat erop staat.
Live boy! That's what they all say. I would love to tell you what this parking lot is called, but I forgot the name. I have Rijnkai in my head, but that can't be because I don't think the river Rhine is anywhere here. But something Kai, €6 per day, not too shabby. Let me go pay.
Stan advised me to use the microphone like this. So this is gonna turn into an interview. Stan, what do you think about today? Now we're warm and dry.
Actually, man, you should keep it somewhere between us instead of hooking it to the cable of the telephone. But neither of
People on YouTube don't have to know what's happening between us. No, that's a joke. You already know. You're following us for more than a year now, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then you also know that it always is raining on a fucking Monday. Even in June. But back to Stan.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in Antwerp 2 times before. and both of those times the weather was much better. And I'm not gonna lie, that would have left a better impression on our viewers. I mean, we had fun, but that was out of pure misery. We needed to make the best of it, and we had some fun surprises. We had a Nikki, we had a Gijs halfway through.
Whoa! Shit escalated.
What was that? Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, love you, man.
What he said. But I mean, it's still a cool city. It's just that we really didn't get to see its best side with the weather, and you know how empty it was. There was no one outside on the outside seating areas. There was just no atmosphere that is usually there. So yes, it's still a cool city, but I wish we could redo this video. The problem is if we had to do that,
We have to do all videos from September last year till June this
that
year.
would leave a gap. That would leave a gap.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna wing it. But suffice to say, we do recommend Antwerp more than just a bit. Just I would recommend you choose a sunnier day than the 10th of June 2024.
Yeah, I actually loved it today, but at some point, I think it was around 6, man,
You were just done. weren't
hungry
you?
kicked in. I couldn't cheer up myself anymore. So thanks for hanging in there with me. Thank you too for hanging in with us. But you're, I think, warm and dry and cozy watching
hope
this
so.
video. It's November by now, I think.
Yes. Also, can I just say, perfect dry weather now. We even see some patches of blue sky because, of course.
Yeah, that's actually the worst part of this outro. But people of the internet, again, much thank you,
Much thank you.
much thank yous. My brain, my brain has left the building.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, not what he said. I wish you all a great night. Joep, anything you have to say to that?
Good night.
Good night. The passenger in the back is hitting the microphone. Good night.
Zijn we nog live?
Ja. This is actually the second biggest harbour and a very noisy one. The next one has a harbour as well, by the way, but you'll see by the time we get there. But yeah, second biggest harbour, and let's do that one again. Behold, on the side of the river Schelde, it is Het Steen, which is a medieval fortress, and also Amsterdam. Amsterdam? Let's try this again. Okay, die moet opnieuw.